Are you ready for the biggest gaming news of the year? Hold on to your hats, because Microsoft is about to defend its $69 billion Activision Blizzard deal at a last-ditch meeting with the EU next week, and we've got all the details. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into what's at stake for Microsoft, the gaming industry, and gamers like you. From the biggest merger in gaming history to the high-stakes battle over the future of the industry, this is one video you won't want to miss. The behind-closed-doors session will take place in Brussels on Tuesday, February 21st, and Microsoft is expected to offer remedies after the hearing. But what's the big deal about this merger, and why are regulators up in arms about it? Here's what you need to know. In January 2022, Microsoft announced that it had struck a deal to acquire Activision Blizzard, the gaming company behind popular franchises like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush. The deal, which is the biggest acquisition in gaming history, would give Microsoft control of some of the most popular video games in the world and further cement its position as a major player in the gaming industry. However, the proposed merger has faced significant opposition from regulators on both sides of the Atlantic. In the US, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, has expressed concerns that the deal could harm competition in the gaming industry. Meanwhile, in the UK, the Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, has argued that the merger could lead to higher prices and fewer choices for consumers. But it's the European Union that is perhaps the biggest obstacle to the deal. The EU's European Commission has launched an in-depth investigation into the merger, citing concerns that it could harm competition and lead to higher prices for consumers. The EU has the power to block the deal altogether, which could be a major setback for Microsoft's gaming ambitions. So, what's at stake for Microsoft and the gaming industry as a whole? For Microsoft, the acquisition of Activision Blizzard would be a significant strategic move. The company has been trying to catch up to its main rival, Sony, in the console wars for years, and the acquisition would give it a major boost. Call of Duty, in particular, is a major cash cow for Activision Blizzard, and owning it would give Microsoft a leg up in the gaming market. But the merger is not just about Microsoft and Activision Blizzard. It could have major implications for the wider gaming industry. If the deal goes through, Microsoft would be in a much stronger position to compete with other gaming companies, including Sony and Nintendo. It could also lead to further consolidation in the gaming industry, as smaller players struggle to keep up with the big players. So, where does Microsoft stand in all of this? The company has continued to argue that the deal is good for gamers and the industry as a whole. It has tried to assuage regulator reservations by offering concessions, such as a 10-year deal to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. But so far, these efforts have not been enough to convince regulators. Now, with various deadlines to get the deal done approaching, Microsoft is gearing up for what could be its final showdown with the EU. The stage is set for a high-stakes battle over the future of the gaming industry. Will Microsoft be able to convince the EU that the deal is in the best interests of consumers? Only time will tell. In the meantime, gamers around the world are holding their breath and waiting to see what happens next. Thanks for tuning in to this exciting video about Microsoft's $69 billion Activision Blizzard deal. We hope you enjoyed learning about what's at stake for Microsoft, the gaming industry, and gamers like you. If you want to stay up to date on all the latest gaming news, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And if you have any thoughts or questions about the deal, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.